Alright guys, I'm gonna bring to you today a roux. It's gonna be my take on the roux. It's not gonna be exactly what everybody else does, but I definitely don't measure anything, as you're gonna see. I'm gonna go through the process of getting my oil mixed and my flour and getting my slurry made to start my roux. Hope you enjoy, and let's get started. Alright, first we're going to pour the oil. And all I put is enough to coat the bottom of the pot. Just enough to cover the bottom. And that's all I put. Okay, and I go with my oil. I apologize, my flour. I just coat that to where I think it's thick enough. I'll just mix that in. Get all the flour coated with the oil. Get it all blended in. Once you got it all blended in, mine looks a little milky, so I'm going to add me a little bit more flour. Mix that in. Now that I got it where I need it to be, after I mix it all in, I'm going to go ahead and turn the fire on. And I'm going to put it on the low to medium heat. Now that that's all mixed in, I'll bring you a little closer to let you check that out. Right down. Nice and creamy. Really smooth. Not too much oil, not too much flour. But you can just see the bottom of the pot. And just continuously stir it. And that's the only step until it starts cooking, the cooking process. I'll go ahead and bring you back whenever it's a little bit, tad bit darker. Okay, and we'll go from there. See you in a second. Here we are back with the roux. I'm stirring it in a little bit. It is getting a tad bit darker. And the reason for my roux being so thin is, I guess I can tell you, I'm gonna make a gumbo. My gumbo is going to be shrimp okra gumbo. Mix that in real good. I'll go ahead and let you see what the okra looks like. I'm cooking it in a separate pot. And here's the okra. And here's our roux. And of course, last but not least, is the shrimp. Can't have shrimp okra gumbo without shrimp, correct? Alright guys, sorry about all the moving. I'll put you back on a beautiful roux here. There we go. Alright, we're gonna get that cooking. It's all about your heat. You put it too high, your fire, and it's gonna overcook, cook too fast, brown too fast. Ain't gonna be no good. You want that flour to cook into that oil really well. As you see, we got a good little bit of bubbles coming around, so you want to go ahead and mix that in and keep it moving so it doesn't burn in one spot. And it will suds up a little bit like that. It's okay. That's just it, incorporating and getting ready for the cook. The bubbles will subside. Just keep that mixed in there, keep it moving. Right now is not a very crucial time, so if you needed to get something done, like in my case, I'm cooking the okra, smothering it down to get the slime out of it. Of course, we're never going to get all the slime out of the okra, but I will try. We'll let that rest and cook a minute. I went ahead and took my shrimp out of the water. Now they ready to go. Give this another stir. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it is kind of darkening up a little bit. No, you probably just don't want to sit here and watch a roux cook. So I'm going to go ahead and bring you back in a couple minutes. Alright, bringing you back for another stir. A little bit more mixing. We might actually see a different color. And again, the reason our roux is so thin is because we're making a gumbo, not a stew. If you was making a stew, you'd want it a little thicker, which you'd have to add a little bit more flour. Make like a paste with it. But like I said, we're cooking a gumbo, so we want it kind of thin. Just want to make our gumbo a little dark. All right, now that's mixed in a little bit more. I'll bring you back in a few minutes. So I started smelling something smelling really good. I turned around and look, and guess what our roux's doing? Well, it's cooking. Now it's a matter of just staying on top of it. Because now it's getting hot enough to where it's going to start browning ever so gently every second. And the more you stir, the more those little brown particles are going to blend in and change the color of the roux. Go ahead and take a look at this right here, and I'm gonna leave it set a minute just to show you what happens if you leave it alone and not mix it in and not stir it. We'll set that in. Let's give it a minute and let you see what happens. In case you wonder what that noise was, that was me stirring the okra up. Now, this is what you don't want to do. So this is why you got to stay on your roux and constantly stir it. Here it is. See how it's really, really dark underneath there? You want to keep it moving. And as you see, it's getting darker and darker. Keeping it moving. And as you remember, I told you that foam that was on top was going to eventually move out. Well, it's going, as you can tell. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Here it is, a little bit darker. And remember, at any point, if you enjoy the color of it is like it is right now, and that's what the color you want your gravy to be, or in fact your gumbo to be, then go ahead and feel free to add your onions and throw your water in. But I want it a tad bit darker, so I'm going to continue cooking. Because this is going to give you a light brown. It is going to lighten up a little bit, so this will give you a light brown color. Still, of course, a delicious flavor. I'm just about satisfied with the color I have, guys. I just like to scrape the stuff off the side just to give myself a little bit more roux in the pot. You're welcome to do whatever it is you like to do. Leave it there or put it back in the pot. Alright guys, I think I'm going to call that done. That's looking really good for me. Like I said, you can go darker if you like. But I'm satisfied with that color for myself. And that's my take on making a roux. Thank you very much. Have a good day. And don't forget, like and subscribe, because you never know what I'm going to come up with next.